Greetings and hello everybody, this is the Hallowed News, your quick source for gaining quick information regarding World of Warcraft, whether it's some minute little bits of information that are found on MMO Champion, Wowhead News, or from the Warcraft developers' Twitter. This is the pilot episode. We are thinking about trying to do something like this on a regular basis for y'all to keep you up to date. So, why are we doing this today? What's the main topic at hand? So we are looking to let people know what items that we've found and determined based on many different sources that will be going away with the advent of Legion. Whether that means that you'll not be able to begin a quest, obtain a specific item, or just for whatever reason cannot do it once the pre-patch or actual release occurs. So we have quite a few things to go over today. Not a huge amount, but enough that might be of concern. So, first and foremost, one of the first things we want to go over are things like challenge modes. Often talked about, not very often acted upon though. Challenge modes, in case anyone's not aware, very simple little dungeon that you go into. It actually scales you down in item level, disables set bonuses, and reduces the quality of your actual legendary ring. Your goal is to complete the dungeon in a specific amount of time. In doing so, you will get bronze, silver, or gold. If you complete it on any of those three, you will get a title, a Yeti mount, or a transmog set. Now, in order to get those, you gotta complete bronze, silver, and gold for all of the dungeons to meet the criteria base. So, I think that's about 8 dungeons, give or take. I could be wrong. Haven't really checked that out, but basically, just so you know, just like in Mists of Pandaria going to Warlords, Warlords going to Legion, these rewards will be going away, especially because challenge modes are being migrated to Mythic Plus. So something like this you may not be able to get ever again. I would suggest highly, if you want to do this, seek out people that are looking to do the same thing, and you can potentially get it before the actual pre-patch, let alone even the launch. So it's definitely at hand, something you might want to look into. So, the second thing that you want to look into, Heroic Archimonde Moose Mount. So, there is a quest item that drops from Heroic Archimonde. Obviously, that means you've got to either find a guild that has an extra slot or two, do a pickup group, but you'll have to get in there and kill Archimonde on Heroic to get this. Now, it is guaranteed drop to anyone that loots it. So pretty much as long as you're there, you're going to get it. Assuming you haven't gotten it in the past. But if that's the case, then obviously you're not going to be paying attention to this. So, the moose mount is looks like a northern kind of moose. It's got some nice blue and kind of fell-looking arcane trims. It's kind of cool. But that will be going away with the advent of Legion. You'll not be able to obtain that, let alone do the quest. So, even if you do it and collect the item, but didn't do the quest, you will not be able to get it. So, it's a grab and go. Get it, do the quest. Really doesn't take that long to do. So, on the line of quests, the next thing you definitely want to be on the lookout for is that legendary quest line for the ring. Now, no bulk of people have actually done this. There's still a few that are actually in the process of getting the ring, and there may even be some that haven't even started it. Once the 7.0 pre-patch hits, which will probably be in the next month, give or take, month and a half, when that hits, you're not going to be able to pick up the quest line anymore. So if you don't have it yet, you will not be able to start it. As for those that are currently in the middle of the quest line, you have until August 30th when Legion launches to acquire the legendary ring. Once Legion goes live, you will not be able to progress the quest any further and not be able to gain that actual legendary ring. So, no dilly-dally. If you want it, go get it. Outside of that, most of that stuff can be gotten through LFR. Shouldn't really be too big of a deal. Definitely get with someone in the guild if you have any issues or concerns or questions. On to our next topic. And this one here is not necessarily something that's going away per se, but the style in which it's done is changing. So, Garrisons, the actual follower trait that gives you extra gold. That is actually changing. And instead of awarding gold, it's going to award Garrison resources. And the same thing goes with the Blingtron Secret Vault quest that you can get for your followers. That one's no longer going to award a massive amount of gold, but instead it's going to award a item upgrade for your followers. So this isn't something that most people are going to be hunting down because it's, roll of chance. But for those of you that definitely like to really focus on your garrison, getting as much money as possible, definitely something to consider. Just start busting out those followers, getting as much gold as you can before Legion actually hits. Just so you also know, this does go for the shipyard as well. On to the next thing there. The Brawlers Guild will be going on a hiatus, and Blizzard has stated they do not know when they will bring it back. But for right now, it's currently active. Once Legion hits, you will not be able to participate from what we understand. What does that mean to you? If you actually participate, you get to rank 8, you will be able to get a mount. And as always, correct me if I'm wrong on anything here, but you will be able to get a mount. It actually, if I'm not mistaken, looks like a Moshugan Beast from Mist of Pandaria with some red armor. Kind of like Galleon. So, but you'll definitely go ahead, you'll get a mount. I believe there is a pet, I think there's a pet at rank 4 or 6. I think it's called Clockham. As well as a Garrison follower called Meatball, who is a Gnoll. I believe there's also titles and stuff in there as well. In case you're not sure where it's at, it's in the Deep Run tram underneath. You'll actually find a little arena there that you can go to. But yeah, just to let you guys know, that's going away. Next thing, much like the Garrison followers, there's going to be some changes to how Heirloom gear upgrade tokens are gotten, as well as the Pepe whistle. Now, the Heirloom gear upgrades basically work like this. You get a quest, it's a daily thing or a weekly thing. You get it, you go do an actual dungeon, you queue up for it, complete it, you get a token that'll help you upgrade. They are actually removing the ability to do that as you level up. So basically, once Legion hits, you start leveling up, you're not going to be able to go back in and queue for those. So it's going to be a lot more difficult to complete that quest. Which means you're going to have to, A, if you're not high enough level, find a group, go out there by yourself manually to these dungeons. So it's definitely not going to be fun to do that. On the latter side of things, the Pepe whistle, I forget what it is, the achievement name. But basically, you have to do all the dungeons, all the raids, with Pepe on your head. He's obtained from your garrison on a tree near the little flight birds that you got, the little flight path that's in your garrison. You'll see him in a tree, you can pick him up there. I believe he stays on your head for about 60 minutes, but if you die, you lose him. Right now is a perfect time to go ahead and get that, because with the way people are plowing through LFRs, dungeons, you should be able to have it on the entire 60 minutes and not lose it. And even at that, if you're in an LFR and you die for any reason to a wipe, you can just zone out to your garrison, pick it up, zone back into the instance. As I said, once Legion hits, you start leveling up. You're not going to have the ability to queue for these. And when you can't queue for them, that means you're going to have to do them yourself or in a small personalized group. I know in experience from previous expansion, in order to go to LFRs, you had to go all the way to the Shrine of the Seven Stars, that little lore walker area in between the Horde and the Alliance bases, and they'll actually let you go back in the past to LFRs that you may have missed. So it's definitely a little bit more of a trek to do, not that fun. Let's see here. The people that really like mounts, that really like follow pets, this one's definitely for you. If you did not purchase the World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor digital reward pack, which is the originally the $60 pack, if you didn't buy that, you could still purchase it right now. It's an additional $20, but it will get you the Dread Raven mount and the Dread Hatchling. Now, once 7.0 hits, or possibly before that, Blizzard is going to make that inactive. When that goes inactive, you will not be able to obtain these mounts or pets anymore. so they will be lost to history at that point. So if it's something that you want, I would definitely recommend. It's $20. Just go to the Battle.net store, sign in under your current account, and pick it up. This one here is something that may or may not be going away, but it's a little, it's up in the air at the moment. There's some feats of strength, achievement changes coming in Legion that hint that it's probably going away. But we figured we'd mention it just in case. So, in the Proving Grounds, now, some may not know this yet, but currently, as it stands, you need to complete Silver Proving Grounds before you can actually queue for Heroic random dungeons. They're doing away with that whole concept in Legion, but what they also are probably going to be doing away with is the ability to get this achievement in particular. The achievement that we're talking about will have you do a gold level check in that proving ground. So, example, if you're a tank and you choose to do the gold level tanking, that's fine. The achievement requires you to do that, but in the wrong spec. So the perfect example would be you choose to do the tanking one, but you go in there as a DPSer. Now, when that occurs, you're going to get an achievement, and that achievement, I believe, is called "You're Doing It Wrong." That there is something that may be going away. So, if you're big into getting those achievements, it may be something to consider. We have the achievement Fledgling Hero of Warcraft. This is to create a brand new character, level it to level 20, while within the terms of this achievement, which means before the expansion hits. In doing so, you're going to get the achievement Fledgling Hero of Warcraft, which is a feat of strength, but you will also unlock a cross-game achievement unlock. That is Lady Liadrin, the paladin counterpart to Uther for Hearthstone. So if you play Hearthstone, this is definitely something you want to do, because it seriously takes maybe about a couple hours of just straight on, if you don't have many heirloom gears, to get to level 20. Something that if you're casual takes a day or two to do. But it's definitely something to consider. Again, it's an achievement, gives you those achievement points that some people are really hot on. But even at that, Hearthstone, you'll get a little portrait there for the paladin. To note, you do have to sign into Hearthstone and collect it, else you will not get it if it goes away. So definitely make sure you jump in there and grab that. Lastly, at the moment, the last thing that we have here going on is the Battle Pet system. Currently, there is a combo for an attack that occurs. It's called a Howl Bomb. Basically, what the core concept here is, you have a pet with Howl, and then you have the Pandaren Water Spirit. What you do is you use Howl, and then you follow it up with the spirit's Whirlpool and Geyser. And in doing so, it gets a really big 1-2 punch. It's overpowered right now, doing an extreme amount of damage. And people are highly suggesting that you use it for the Celestial Tournament, especially the last 4 pet bosses. However, Blizzard has said they will be removing and fixing that glitch right now, which I guess you could say is not necessarily a glitch, but just a problematic combo point there. So they're going to be fixing that, getting rid of it, and making it different. If you're trying to get those Celestial Tournament or just kind of knock out some pet battles, something to consider to use to your benefit. One other thing to note, those little tokens that you can collect from doing pet battles in Draenor, currently I believe you get about 4 of those. In Legion, they're going to be having that down to 2. There are items that you're going to want to get, though, so you probably want to stockpile these. I know there's Narcissa's Mirror that makes your pet look like you, so just something to keep your mind on. If you're trying to do that, this combo will definitely help out. So just a few things to keep in mind. Other than that, not really a whole lot else as far as things that we could find that are definitely going away or changing severely. So I think this, at the moment, is a good point to stop. I've been talking for just about 15 minutes now. As said, this is completely improv, just really no script to it. Just a quick little news segment here to give you guys an idea of what's really going on. So, with that being said, this concludes the first of the Hallowed end news segments. Really don't know what we're going to call something like this. It's going to kind of depend on how you all like this. So, definitely leave me a comment, hit like if you like this, and, reach out to me. Name's Jester of Rue, let me know what's going on, what you guys think of this, and we will go from there. Okay? And with that, I bid you adieu.